Hello, citizens of the planet. Welcome back to Monday Musings with Larry Lelli. And this is going to be a drumtastic episode, so be warned. All right, so last week I was talking with my friend Billy Miller, who was the percussionist for Sideshow the musical, and we were talking about how the show was closing, and so we were going to go back into the freelance world, and we were talking about subbing for other Broadway shows and stuff like that, and kind of comparing our ways that we prepare to do that. And one of the great things that Billy brought up that made me want to talk about this week is when a person is subbing, especially on the drum book, because the drum book is, so much of it is not written out, and it's up to the drummer to create a part to play. Oftentimes the music that we have is just slash marks because the orchestrator or the composer or whoever, the copyist, don't know what to write for the drummer in many situations. And so it's up to the drummer completely to create a drum part. And this is what makes it difficult for subbing, because the regular drummer, typically the creator of the drum book, will play things a certain way that might be, their specific choices or their style, their own personal style of playing and their own personal kind of attack. That's not the right word, but just the way that they want to create the book and kind of, address the music and the genre or the style of the show or whatever. And that's a very particular thing from musician to musician. And as a drummer coming in to sub for the regular player, and certain things might not be written down, what Billy and I were talking about is how we will make a recording and actually transcribe certain parts of, what the drummer is playing. Things that we find out that need to be exactly like that drummer is playing every time, and then also to understand, you go back and watch it several times and record several times so that you can see the differences from one performance to the next. See the things that are always consistently played the same, and see the things that are perhaps played differently each performance. And for us to learn that and absorb that as a sub and be able to recreate that same thing when we are performing that Broadway show for that regular musician. So it's something that, none of us probably knew or thought about until we started doing this and realized, wow, this is something that we really have to do. It's a lot of work to sub a show on drums. It's a lot of work because there's so much responsibility on the chair. The relationship with the conductor is so important, and a bad drummer or a drummer who goes in who's not well prepared, even if they're a great drummer, they can still train wreck the show and cause a lot of problems. So that was what I wanted to share with you guys today. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week.